As with all exercise and dance programs, when using our exercise and dance videos, you need to use common sense. To reduce and avoid injury, you will want to check with your doctor before beginning any exercise or dance program. By performing any fitness or dance exercises, you are performing them at your own risk. Center Stage Performing Arts Academy, nor its instructors will be held responsible or liable for any injury or harm you sustain as a result of our dance program or online videos, or any information shared on our website, emails, or social media. This includes Facebook, Instagram, and text messages. Thanks for your understanding.
Hey! Hey guys! This is our first week and first video of our COV-Vid series of online classes for middle high tap. So let's get started. So for this video, doing this, I recommend two things. One, for shoes, I'm wearing tap shoes, so I can demonstrate, but I also have a floor that I can tap on. If you, I would recommend one of two things for that. Either wearing sneakers and dancing on like a hard, you can dance on linoleum, wood, concrete, like if you have space in your garage, anywhere like that. I wouldn't do it on carpet if you have any chance to not do that, because carpet can kind of snag your foot and twist ankles and twist knees, and none of that is good. Or if you have, if you really want to dance in your tap shoes and you have some plywood lying around that you can lay down in a space and dance on, I wouldn't recommend tapping on anything else because concrete is going to feel really bad and hurt your ears. And tap dancing on your parents' hardwood floors or laminate floors is going to make them really not happy really quickly. So if you have any plywood to lay down in a place and tap on that, awesome. Just make sure that you have something underneath it so that it doesn't slip around underneath you. Like you can put some yoga mats under it, or towels, or really anything that'll keep the plywood from like sliding out from under you. Yep, and like always, test the surface, make sure that it's not too slick for you to dance on. Nothing's worse than trying to do a step, like hopping into a maxi Ford and then having your foot go, and all of you go thud. So, with all of that said, go ahead and grab your shoes, grab whatever space you're going to be dancing in, and grab a chair, because we're going to be doing some bar work. All right, let me pull up some music and stand up, and here we go. Oh, okay. Now you can have a chair, or if you need a little extra height, you can have 3 chairs like me. And let me pull up the right track. So we're going to be doing some bar work to get ourselves ready, and to kind of go back over a lot of the fundamentals that we were working on earlier this year, before we started focusing more on our recital choreography. All of this stuff, some of it might feel a lot easier now than it did when we first started working on it. That is really good. And but no matter how much easier it feels, there's always more stuff you can get out of it. Even with the slow shuffles that we're going to be starting with, I want you to really think about the sounds that you're making and think about how you're making all of these movements. So for a shuffle, what are the 2 movements that go into a shuffle? We have a forward brush and a back brush. And those 2 things become a shuffle. Yep, we're going to have a lot of ball change turns. I remember how much you guys love those. Okay, so we're going to start off with our shuffles combination. And this will be, I believe, 7 shuffles and a ball change turn. All right, here we go.
Tap, bar, 6 shuffles and a ball change turn. Ready, and
Nice. Okay. You don't have to tell me, but how did those shuffles feel? Did they feel like they were really easy to do? Did they feel like you were able to get a really good sound out of each of them? And for each of those shuffles, think back to when you did them. Did you hear two distinctive sounds, a and a? Yeah? For every shuffle, you want to hear a clear. So right now, I want you to try this in your own time. See if you can get a distinctive. Slow it down as much as you need to. And try to make the motion as small as possible. Not so small that you just kind of get stuck, but I want this shuffle to be right underneath you and really controlled, yeah? What you don't want to do is try and shuffle, because that is it looks a little ridiculous, and it makes it way harder to do everything else that you would ever want to do with a shuffle. So, on this next one, we're going to do shuffles a little bit faster, but I want you to still try and keep them as controlled and as definite, separate sounds as you can. All right, here we go. Also, sorry, before we go on, that standing leg, you want it straight or do you want it bent? Yeah, you know the answer. You always want that standing leg bent, because doing a shuffle with your leg bent is super easy. Doing it with your leg straight, you have to work really hard to even reach the floor. So keep that leg bent, keep both legs bent, and keep the motions really controlled and trying to get those clear sounds. I know that's only a few things to think about while we do this next one. Shuffles faster!
6 shuffles and a ball change turn at a faster tempo. Ready, and
All right. How did those go for you? Did they feel really comfortable? Okay, we're going to do this one more time, and you're going to do them by yourself. I want you to really listen to the music, and I want you to try and get your shuffles in time with the tempo of the music, and try and get those sounds really, really clear, okay? Here we go.
6 shuffles and a ball change turn at a faster tempo.
And I'm going to listen.
Ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, ball change.
Very good.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6.
All right. Now on the right again.
And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4.
All right. Now this time on the left, I want you to keep them even louder. Good. All right. Good job. Okay. Now, as we move on, I want you to think about how those went. Especially, were you able to get those sounds nice and clear? And were you able to keep the timing in time with the music? So those are the 2 things I want you to focus on as we do this next exercise. This is going to be shuffles at a still faster tempo. Cool? You know what it is. Let's do it.
6 shuffles and a ball change turn at a still faster tempo. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ball change.
Awesome. Okay. Now, were those ones a little bit easier to do than the last ones? Sometimes with moves that we're getting more comfortable with, the faster you get, the easier they are to do to a certain extent. But that just shows how much control it takes to do all of these movements in tap. Okay, this time we're going to do that exact same thing one more time. You're going to do it without me, but here's the kicker. When you change to your left side, I want you to try and make those sounds as loud as your right side. So if your right side was, then I don't want your left side to be, I want it to be just as loud. All right, here we go.
6 shuffles and the ball change turn at a still faster tempo. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good, now keep it loud. Good job.
1, 2,
All right, make sure those sounds are still distinct. Ball change, turn. Awesome. All right, guys. Can you guess what we're going to do next? We got one more set of shuffles to do. This is shuffles at a very fast tempo. Try and keep up. Try and keep everything as clear as you can. Try and keep the sound strong. And if you can, make your left side just as loud as your right side. Let's do this.
6 shuffles and the ball change turn at a very fast tempo. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ball change turn.
Good job. Okay, if that was a little bit too fast to keep up with, I want you to go back to the last one that we did, the shuffles at a still faster tempo, and do that one again. If not, we're going to do this one more time, just by yourselves, and I want you to really aim for those clear sounds and for keeping up with that tempo, and see if you can keep that left foot nice and loud. All right, here we go.
6 shuffles and the ball change turn at a very fast tempo. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, ball change turn. Reverse.
Now check yourself. Is your standing leg bent?
And 1, 2, 3, 4,
There we
5,
go.
6, ball change turn. Reverse.
Make sure you're keeping everything directly under you. Good. Okay. Now, I want you to look at how you do your shuffles just now and think about it. Now, when you did them, when it got faster, did your shuffles go from right here to out here or out here? If it did, that probably made it a lot harder to do them faster and harder to do them in general. The right where we want our shuffles is right under us. You can see the farther out I get, the more I have to like counterbalance and lean and bend my leg and all that stuff. And I'll be honest, I did a workout routine yesterday for my partner and boys, and my legs are still a little tired from that, so I don't want to have to do this. I want to just keep my leg nice and bent, but not super deep, and keep my foot directly under me, so that way I can super easily. Now I want you to try this by yourself. Try your shuffles, and try seeing how far out you can get them and still do a shuffle. It's like really, really hard, right? Now, try them right underneath yourself. Yeah, just the distance apart of like if you were standing in first position. And then, boom. Maybe even a tiny bit closer. But that's how far apart you want your shuffles. Okay, we're gonna move on from shuffles because we've been shuffling for like at least 10 minutes. So let's move on to, I said moving on from shuffles. We're moving on to shuffle hops. It's something else to add to the shuffle, right? So these shuffle hops. Think about what the different parts of this are. We have a shuffle and we have a hop. Now this hop is just a toe sound. Yeah? We're not setting our heels down because that's two sounds. We just want the one sound of the... So these shuffle hops are going to be shuffle hop, ball change. Cool? We'll get the tempo from the music, but as we do these shuffle hops, I want you to really think of staying up on your toes because there's no heel sound in a shuffle hop. All right, let's try this together.
Shuffle hop. Ready, dance. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn.
All right. How did those go? Were you able to get the shuffle and hops without setting your heels down? Now, I want you to do this one more time. You're going to do this without me. I want you to listen to the music. Try and keep yourself in tempo with the music. These hops, you want to land right on that timing. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. All three. Yep. All right, here we go.
Shuffle hop. Ready, dance. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change.
Turn.
Shuffle
Good.
hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Shuffle hop. Ball change. Turn.
Nice. All right. We're going to add another element to this. This is going to be shuffle hop toes. So you'll notice the timing for this changes. We were doing shuffle hop, 1 and 2. Now we're going to do shuffle hop toe, shuffle hop toe, shuffle hop toe, ball change. So for one, it's going to feel a little bit faster. The shuffle is going to be a little bit faster because we have a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, ball change. Cool? And what this combination is shuffle, hop, toe. So that toe is just a pop. So we have shuffle, hop, toe, shuffle, hop, toe, shuffle, hop, toe, ball change. And we're going to do that, I think, 4 times. We'll see. And just a reminder, in this shuffle, hop, toe, are there any heel sounds? No. So keep those heels up. All right, here we go.
Shuffle hop toe. Ready, and shuffle hop toe. Shuffle hop toe. Shuffle hop toe. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop toe. Shuffle hop toe. Shuffle hop toe. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle hop toe.
Good job. All right, how did those go for you? Were you able to get the toe sounds separate from the hop sound, separate from the shuffle sounds? Or you're going to do this, guess what, one more time by yourselves without me. But this time, I want you to really think about getting those 4 sounds clear and separate. Shuffle, hop, toe. Shuffle, hop, toe. Shuffle, hop, toe. Shuffle, hop, toe. Yeah? No heel sounds in there. This is just shuffle, hop, toe. All right, here we go.
Shuffle hop toe. Ready,
And shuffle, hop, toe. Shuffle, hop, toe. Shuffle, hop, toe. Ball change. Turn. Shuffle, hop, toe.
shuffle hop toe. Shuffle hop toe.
Ball change. Turn. Good. Make sure these shuffles are staying right underneath you. They're not reaching out. Good job. Okay. We had shuffle hops, shuffle hop toes. This is the time that I choose to come down and talk to the camera because my brain just stopped and words stopped coming out. So now we're going to do shuffle ball changes. Doesn't this just make you feel like actually being in class? You're here, we were working together. I forget what words are. Okay, so we have shuffle, ball change, shuffle, ball change, shuffle, ball change, turn. Have fun with all of those ball changes. I know you love them. Here we go.
Shuffle ball change. Ready, and shuffle
did that go for you? Did any of those ball changes throw you off? Well, you're gonna do it again and get another shot at it. All right, here we go.
Shuffle, ball, change.
Ready, and shuffle, ball change.
Shuffle, ball, change.
Nice.
Ball, change.
Ball change, turn.
Shuffle, ball, change.
Good.
Ball, change. Shuffle,
Now this is a little bit easier,
turn. Shuffle,
possibly,
shuffle,
but try and keep those sounds really consistent. Nice. All right. We're gonna do the same thing, but faster.
Shuffle, ball, change at a faster tempo.
Here we go. All right. Surprise, surprise, I want you to do that again.
Shuffle, ball, change at a faster tempo. Ready, and 1,
2, and 3. Ball change, turn.
1, 2,
Good.
3,
Ball change, turn.
1,
Keep those sounds really consistent.
ball, change,
And left foot, make it loud.
2, 3.
Ball change, turn. Good job. All right. Let's move on to something a little bit different. Maxi Fords. So, these Maxi Fords, we have them in our choreo, so you guys have been practicing them. And I think you're going to be surprised at how much easier they are now than they were when we first learned them, obviously. But these, I want you to really focus on the different steps that go into them. The shuffle, jump, toe, and the step out of it. So try and keep your balance and your your center as centered as possible. So try not to make it like a huge jump to the side and then a big step back, because that's just going to throw everything out of whack. But when you do this, you want to keep a shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn, shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn. So at the bar, it'll be now tell me, did my heels touch down at any point during that? No, at least they shouldn't have. So there are no heel sounds in this Maxi Ford. Keep yourself up on your toes the whole time. I don't want to hear any heel sounds. All right, let's take it from the top.
2 Maxi Fords and a ball change turn. Ready, and shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn, shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn, shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn, shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn.
All right. Guess what's up next? You guys get to do it by yourselves. Here you go.
2 Maxi Fords and a ball change turn.
Now keep it clean. Keep it under yourself.
Ready, and shuffle, jump, toe, step.
Yeah, stay in place just like that.
Step, ball change, turn, shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle,
Yeah,
jump,
since
toe,
you're doing this with your
ball change,
bar,
turn, shuffle, jump, toe,
stay right there
shuffle, jump, toe,
and keep all of those
ball
skills.
change, turn, shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn.
Good. All right. Now we're going to do it a little bit faster.
Maxi Ford at a faster tempo. Ready, and shuffle, jump, toe, step, shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn, reverse.
Awesome. All right. You know the drill.
Maxi Ford at a faster tempo.
All by yourselves. Keep it clean. Keep it under you.
And shuffle, jump, toe, step,
Shuffle, jump, toe, step, ball change, turn.
reverse.
Good. Keep working with that left foot.
Shuffle, jump, toe,
Make Make sure you're not setting those heels down. Keep them up.
turn, reverse.
And keep those knees bent. Awesome. All right. Next up. Hey, we've made it past our shuffles. Yay! This is excited jazz hands because my face is completely out of shot. This is excited jazz feet. I can only do one at a time. Okay. That's not the dumbest thing I've said today. Now, let's go on to our flaps. So flap, I know we've been doing a lot of flaps, and I know at this point you know what flaps are, but there's still no reason not to clean our flaps because flaps are such an integral part of almost everything tap. So these flaps, where our shuffle was a front brush and a back brush, our flap is a front brush and then our toe sticks to the floor. Brush stick. Yep. And try that with your left foot now. Brush stick, brush stick, brush step, brush step. It's basically a brush and then a step onto that foot. Set. You notice if I'm doing these in a row, am I putting all of my weight onto that foot? No, I can't because I have to pick it back up. So, when I do flap, I want it to be strong enough to have a good sound, but I don't want to put all of my weight over it unless I'm doing walking flaps. But we're not doing that yet. We're just doing flaps in place. So these flaps, I want them strong sounding. I want those sounds really, really separated. These are cool. And the last thing, just like we did with the shuffles, you're trying to flap out here. You can't keep your weight off of it. You also can't get much sound. And you have to really bend this leg, which, again, if you used it a lot yesterday, it's going to hurt. So, we want to keep these flaps right under us. Notice I'm not flapping out here. I'm not flapping out here. I'm not even flapping back here. I'm flapping right next to myself. Okay, enough talk. Let's do this.
3 flaps and a ball change turn. Ready, and flap, 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 ball change turn, flap, 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 ball change turn, flap, 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 ball change turn, flap, 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 ball change turn.
All right, good job. Okay, I want you to do those one more time without me. I want you to see how clean you can make those sounds. I want to hear. Cool? All right, try it one more time.
3 flaps and a ball change turn. Ready, and flap, 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 ball change turn, flap,
Really listen to those sounds.
flap, ball
And
change
try
turn,
and sync
flap,
up with that music.
flap, ball change turn,
Good.
flap, 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 ball change turn.
Awesome. Okay. Let's move on to some walking flaps. So these, push our chair out of the way a little bit, and we're going to walk.
Walking flaps.
Let's walk. And
Ready,
side
and
to side.
flap.
Let's like redo that because I was so not ready. Here we go.
Walking flaps. Ready, and flap, flap. Flap, flap.
Now, tell me one thing. Did my heels touch the floor at all during that? After the first one. They shouldn't have. So we're going to do these walking flaps again. I want you to do them without letting your heels touch the floor. No. These aren't flat heel drops. These are just flaps, walking flaps. So let's try this again.
Walking flaps. Ready, set, flat, flat.
You can even walk in a circle. And if you miss one, like I just did, don't worry about it. Keep going. Awesome. Okay, next up, we're going to do some running flaps. I know these are another crowd favorite. Emma, I can hear you going, no. Although not quite in that voice. So let's do our running flaps. For these, same story. We stay off of the heels. We keep our knees bent just enough that we're not running on like straight legs, which is never a good thing, because we want our ankles and our knees and our hips to last into our 30s, 40s. I don't make any promises after that, but let's do some running flaps.
Running flaps.
All right, good job. How did those feel for you? Okay, you guys are gonna love this. So we're gonna do those running flaps a couple times in a row. This time after the track stops, I'm gonna keep counting it, and we're just gonna keep going. Okay? Here we go.
Running flaps.
Now as you do this, try running in place. See if you can run backwards. Keep going. Flap, 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 5, 6, 7, and up. All right, good job. That was like a really weird shot of me kind of trying to run while I'm pausing the music. All right. Whew. Take a second and just like grab a sip of water, stretch out your ankles, because I know if you're anything like me, you probably didn't just do 2 tap classes in a row, but your ankles might be feeling a little bit used right now. So stretch them out, roll them out, shake them out, do whatever you need. Get a sip of water, and then come back in just a sec. Now this is a great time if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything that you're like, man, I really wish this class had XYZ, or it feels so weird to watch just the bottom 3/4 of a person teach a tap class, or any thoughts like that. By the way, I'm doing the video like this so that you can see my feet a lot more clearly, because that's kind of more important in a tap class than seeing my face. So that's why it looks like this. But if this totally throws you off, let me know. In the Google Classroom, we have a class discussion board where you can post any questions that you have, any comments, any photos or videos of you doing exercises or practicing the choreo, or, shoot, it might be fun to take a video of you rehearsing the choreo in your costume, see how it feels. But you can post all of those in the discussion board. Now I'm finally taking a sip of water. Okay. Well, a that's on video now. So, as weird as it might feel, taking a dance class from video, none of us have ever filmed like dance classes, entire dance classes on videos before. So we're all in this together. And we know how we are when the stars simply sing. If this video weren't demonetized by now, or if we were ever trying to monetize it, now it would be. So, we are going to move on in just a second to some flap front heels. So this is introducing heels into our flaps, and then into our walking flaps, and then double heels, and we're getting into some slightly more intricate things. Now, I know all of this stuff we've gone over before earlier in this year, and a lot of it is included in your choreo for your dance. But it's a really good chance when we're kind of all holed up at home or close to home and just making whatever time we can out of every day to keep ourselves from recreating The Shining. So this is a great time to just take all of your classes, everything that you're doing, and really go like kind of in depth, like see how clean you can get stuff, see how well you can learn those basics, because you have time to practice now, and that's what gets you better at all of the basics, is practicing and doing it over and 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 over again until you wake up in the middle of the night and your recital song is running through your head, or you're walking through the grocery store in a full hazmat suit and you realize that you've been doing walking flaps for the last like 5 minutes. That's when you know you've been practicing enough for it to really get internalized. There's a lot of like teaching theories and learning theories on why it works so well, but I'm not going to get into that because this is a dance class. Let's get dancing again. So, hopefully you are well rested and ready to do some flap front heels. So these flap front heels, okay, remind me, when we're flapping and we have a front heel and a back heel, which heel is the front heel and which heel is the back heel? I'll wait. Do you remember? So in a flap front heel is the heel of the foot that just did the flap. Regardless of where it is, even if I'm flapping behind myself, this is still the front heel. The back heel is the foot, my standing leg, this foot right here, the foot that didn't flap. If I'm doing a back heel, that's the heel that does the heel drop for a back heel. Okay, these are going to be flap front heels. So let's do this exercise all together.
Flap front heel drop.
Here we go. Ah, I did the first one wrong. Alright, so other than me doing the very first one wrong after that entire talk, how did that go? Let's do it one more time.
Flap front heel drop.
You get to do it by yourself. Front heel. Good. Nice. Now make sure both legs are still bent so you can get that good heel sound. Now you notice. So, think back to how you just did that. Were you able to get loud heel sounds? Or did they sound kind of soft? If your foot, if they were soft, check where your foot was. If you were you flapping right here, like we had talked about, keeping your flaps close, or were you flapping out here and then trying to heel drop? Because if your weight is where it should be back here, and you're flapping out there, getting a heel drop is really tough to do. But if your weight is directly under you and centered, and your flap is right underneath you, boom, you can get a nice loud heel drop. So let's try that. Sorry. Keep that in mind as we go into flap heel walking. So this walking flaps with heels is going to be, move you out of the way, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap, heel, flap. You get the picture. So all of these are front heel drops. Here we go.
Walking, flat, heel. Ready, and flap, heel, flap, heel.
Okay. How did those go? Those go? Nose goes? Did they feel a little awkward, or did it feel pretty good? Right, we're going to do this one more time. And I want you to make all of those sounds nice and distinct with strong heel drops. And notice what I do as I heel drop. I'm picking my other foot up so that I can flap with it. It's almost like a super simple tap version of moonwalk. Or more like the Running Man. Okay, enough of that. One more time.
Walking, flat, heel.
Here you go. Pick your foot up. Go out. You don't have to take big steps with this. Just keep those flaps right under yourself. Good job. Okay, let's keep this going with flap back heel drop. So we talked about this. What heel is the back heel when you're flapping? It's your standing leg, the leg that didn't flap. Okay. No matter where you are, back heel is the standing leg. Okay, let's try this.
Flat, back, heel drop. Ready, and flat, back, heel, heel, flat, heel, flat, back, heel, flat, heel, flat, back, heel,
Awesome. It's funny, when I don't have a bar there with me, I turn the other way. Okay, now let's try some, you know what? Just to give you a little more practice with that, I want you to do those flat back heel drops one more time by yourself and really focus on which heel is dropping. In this back heel, I want my standing leg to be the heel that drops every time. All right, here we go.
flat, back, heel drop. Ready, and flat, back, heel, heel, flat, heel, flat, back, heel, flat, heel, flat, back, heel,
So it's your left heel dropping now, and now it's your right heel dropping. Good, good job. Okay, now we're going to do some flap double heels. So these double heels are going to go flap, front, back, flap, front, back, flap, front, back, ball change, turn, front, back. Cool. You might notice yourself rocking a little bit. That's okay, as long as you get your weight back in time to turn. What you don't want to be doing is a big, and like, I don't know, almost like you're trying to run, trying to suck someone out. You just want it small. Okay, Let's try this from the top.
Flat double heel, front back. Ready, and flat, good, good, flat, front back, flat, good, good, ball change, turn, flat, good, good, flat, front back, flat, good, good, ball change, turn, flat, good, good, flat, front back, flat, good, good, ball change, turn, flat, good, good, flat, front back, flat, good, good, ball change.
Nice. All right. You know the drill. You're going to do it by yourself one more time. And really try and get that front, then back heel.
Flat double heel, front back. Ready, and flat,
Front back,
flat,
front back,
flat,
front back, ball change, turn,
flat,
front back,
flat,
front back,
flat,
front back, ball change, turn. Good, keep them up.
front back, flat,
Good. Keep those feet close to each other. Good job. All right. Ready for a brain twister? We're going to do flat double heels back front. So this time, instead of going front back, we're going to go flat back front, flat back front, flat back front, ball change, flat back front, flat back front, flat back front, ball change, turn. Cool? Let's do it.
flat double heel, back front. Ready, and flat, good, good, flat, back front, flat, good, good, ball change, turn, flat, good, good, flat, back front, flat, good, good, ball change, turn, flat, good, good, flat, back front, flat, good, good, ball change, turn, flat, good, good, flat, back front, flat, good, good, ball change.
All right. Did that feel a little weird right after the last one? I know it always feels just a little strange for me to turn around, but I want you to do that one more time and really get that back front. Double check yourself and make sure that when you're here, if you're flapping with your right foot, your left heel is the first one to connect, then your right heel. Left, right, left, right, ball change, turn, then if I flap with my left foot, right heel's the first one to come down, then left. Go left, right, left, go left, right, left, go left, right, left, ball change, turn. And to make that happen, when I do that front heel drop, I almost use that to pop my foot up so I can get the next flap in. Go left, pop, go left, back pop, go left, back pop. From the front. All right, let's try it one more time. By yourselves. Here you go.
Flat double heel, back front.
Ready, and back front, left, right, ball change. Good. Really good. Pop that foot up. Good job. Last one, ball change, turn. Good job. All right. Okay, this is going to be our last flaps. We have walking, flap, double heel, opposition heels. And you know what? As I say that, I'm going to change it because we're in our last 5 minutes of class, which means this is what happens when you film a class all in one piece at the very, very, very end of the day. And you're another day older, and that's all you can say for the life of the poor. But also, your brain just stops and you forget words. We're going to do some time step practice at the end of this class, right now. Last 5 minutes. Here we go. Single time steps. This is in our recital piece. This is something I want you to practice, if not every day. No, I want you to practice it every day. Absolutely every day. Drive your parents crazy. Don't tell them I said that. If they're in the room, they'll get better at dancing. Okay, so we're going to, 5 minutes. Here we go. breaking down the time steps. You guys are getting so much better at these, and I'm really excited for you to really get comfortable with them. So we're gonna break them down really quickly just to make sure we're all on the same page of what they are, and then we're gonna practice them together, cool? So we start with a stomp. Hop, step, flat, ball, stop. 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 Now, I'm going to change this camera a little bit so that you can really see my feet, not up and close. Yeah. All right, let's try this all together. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. All right, take a second, shake your feet out. We're going to do this again slightly faster. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now, if that was a kind of difficult speed for you, I want you to back this video up and do that same speed again. If not, we're going to go on and do it a little bit faster, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, good job. Same deal, if that was a little bit difficult, then go back and do that same speed again. We're going to keep going and go a little bit faster. And yeah, we'll just go a little bit faster this time. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 6, 7, 8. All right, last one. Here's the deal. We're going to go, yeah, pretty close to that same speed, maybe slightly faster. We're going to keep going past 8. We're just going to keep going and keep going and keep going until I say to stop. Cool? Cool beats. Here we go. It was a really awkward angle to do thumbs up. We go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 3, 4, 5, 8. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, last one, 24, here we go. Guys, awesome job. That was a phenomenal tap class. Great job. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you did too. This class, I'm gonna sit down. Yeah. So if this is your last class of the day, take a little bit of time to stretch. After you have gone through the other 2 videos that I have uploaded right now that are our choreo breakdown and our choreo run-through of the whole song. I want you to use those 2 videos and run through our recital dance at least 2 or 3 times today. Cool? That is your homework for today. And as we call it proof of that homework, I want you to take a photo or a video of yourself practicing the recital in, like, honestly, wherever you can, whenever you can. And if you want to spruce it up a little bit, like maybe, I don't know, have like a hairspray style hairdo or a headband or something like that. Have fun with it. I honestly don't know where I'm going with this. Take a picture or video, upload it, put it on the discussion board, and you know, it'll feel kind of like you're dancing with your friends. All right, guys, have a great week. Stay safe. Practice with this video as many times as you want this week. If you get bored and feel like doing a little more tap dancing, pull the video back up. It's on YouTube. You can watch it as many times as you want. It's not monetized, so it's not like I'm getting any kickback from it, but have fun. Stay safe. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Love you guys.